Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very exciting session of Candid Meena. And as the word separation, as the word divorce is all over the internet, we'll be talking about what is happening with Abhishek and Aishwarya Rai in today's session, as well as new developments and new news which indicates maybe something is really happening, and also about A.R. Rahman's divorce reason and much, much more in today's session. And it is over to you.
Yeah, welcome, friends. And it's going to be a lot of interesting news, as Jaydev mentioned. So let's start with the first piece of news. We are talking about how Surya's, heavily, financed movie, which is called Kanguva B, has flopped, massively and is now facing a lot of loss. Now, Surya suffers a terrible setback with Kangoa B, the movie at box office. Producers' 2,000 crores prediction deemed comical as film struggles to cross 70 crores. Kanguva box office collection. Now, the Surya Stara hit the big screen in November and has failed to impress the audience. It also has people like Bobby Deol and Disha Patni in the movie. The film was directed by Siva, who it was who made it on a budget of 350 crores, and they've not recovered even a small fraction of it. Now, Kangu opened to a decent 24 crore at the domestic box office, is what they say. The pan India movie was released in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam, but performed best in Tamil speaking states, is what they say. At the end of the 8 days theatrical run, the film raked in a dismal 64.40 crores, with single day collections decreasing with each day. It is unlikely that the movie will even breach the 100 crore mark in the country. Now, if you check out Kanguva's box office collection day wise, is you will find this happening. Now, the Kanguva producer has also claimed that Surya Stara will mint 2,000 crore at the box office. Now, in an interview with media, Gnanaval Raja was asked about the 1,000 crore club of Indian cinema and if Kagawa will be able to gross the amount globally. To this, the producer replied that he was expecting 2,000 crores at the box office and asked the audience not to underestimate the collection of movies. I'm expecting 2,000 crores in the box office collection, and why are you underestimating it with a 1,000 crore mark? He also addressed the recent allegations that the studios are inflating box office numbers and hiding the real figures. He emphasized that the action thriller would be transparent and provide the appropriate documentation. I intend to submit the GST from Studio Green and provide the appropriate details regarding the Kanguva box office collection. In the future, all interested parties may verify this information with other producers to ensure they're aware of the genuine box office collections, he said. And now, also, what we heard on some other media channels is that the producers in the South are blaming YouTube reviewers for their movie's failure. They're saying that, see, when a movie in the panel, when they were discussing it, they said that when a movie is released, it has very little time to be proclaimed a hit or a flop, and it's usually the YouTube reviewers who make it a flop. So just look at the logic with which these people are speaking. They're not talking about the content. They're talking about how YouTubers are making their movies flop. For heaven's sake, get good content, and also don't just copy movies that are coming from the West, from Hollywood. Instead, have your own story, and it could be a hit. You don't need to blame the YouTubers just because the YouTubers are intelligent enough to rip it apart. Whether it's good or bad, they'll tell you the truth. They're not like mainstream media. So now the blame is completely on the YouTubers. It's because of the YouTubers that people have become educated on how all this film world, how hollow it is, and what they are doing to the audiences. Welcome, Ganesh. Kwangwa big flop. Yes. Tamil Nadu Producers Council demand and ban YouTube reviews. Yes. Now, another thing that I wanted to tell you, friends, you remember Surya, sometime back, he and his wife are quite, let's just get the images, Jaidev, if you can put the images, Jyoti's image as well. Now, Surya and his wife Jyotika have been rather, they were behaving more like Javed Akhtar and Shabana Azmi. They were very anti-India. They were very anti-Modi. Now, you remember the time when Surya questioned the new education policy, which was introduced by the central government, and they questioned the corruption and disaster management during the previous regime. They became dumb ever since DMK took over in 2021, as if this, is the best government that Tamil Nadu has ever seen. Don't you remember that his wife Jyotika had questioned people donating to temples instead of hospitals? Now, Surya has been a silent spectator. If Jyotika doesn't want to donate to the temples, why should people spend their hard earned money on her husband's movie? It's a question. Does she mean if we watch that movie, we will end up getting admitted to hospitals? If you look at it in a lighter note. But the fact is that this couple have been very, very anti Modi, anti India, more of woke people. And now, when their movie has flopped massively, of course, they'll find different ways, as Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan and all find different ways to say that it is a blockbuster. So that will come soon on. This will follow soon. So this is how things go. And now, from after Bollywood, South Indian movies, also big movies, have started flopping big time. Yeah, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, also the fact that Gladiator 2 is out in the films at the same time. So you have such a big, Hollywood film out on the theater, and at the same time they are releasing this particular film. It is quite obvious that the film is not going to do well. And point number two is, people know that, all these films will be out on OTT platforms within a month's time. So they will rather watch it at home in the comfort of their own homes. And also
But
the fact
Jaidev,
that, yeah,
you remember the other movie which was produced by Surya, the one that had his brother and also Arvind Swamy, which is a very small budget movie and which was released on OTT, was a super hit because the theme was so simple and the content was so interesting for the common man.
yeah. So people, when it comes to action films, where there is a lot of violence and everything, people don't accept cheap VFX graphics, because they have seen very high quality VFX effects in Hollywood films. So people have become used to such high quality Hollywood films that they cannot stand anything which is substandard VFX graphics. So that's also one of the reasons why people's expectations have become very very high because of the choice, because of the vast choice of content available on various OTT platforms as well as YouTube. So that this is the reason why each and every big production house is struggling to recover their cost. And this is what happened with the case of Karan Johar, right? And he was in huge debt, and Adar Poonawala had to bail him out. And so this is the reason. This is a problem which is being faced by all the Bollywood producers and directors, and now it is going down the south as well. So we will have to wait and see if Pushpa 2 does well. Yes. Who wants to watch such brown shield films? Are they running short of good materials or stories? He came up well, but now nobody is watching such stuff. His Sonam was good, carried on to 2 and 3, says Jagdish. Yes. Siddharth Roy Kapoor also selling stake in Walt Disney India. Okay. Ambani, was going to buy Disney, right? Deal was signed. So we will have to wait and see how things pan out. And there are several things happening in
That will be the
India.
end of end of Disney. We will have Akash Ambani rolling all over it.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we will have to wait and see how things go. And now it is back to Aishwarya Rai and Abhishek Bachchan. This has been going over for the past few months that rumors of their separation or divorce. They're going to divorce something. It's all over the media, and the latest news is Abhishek Bachchan Apparently, it was her daughter's birthday, right? And Aradhya Bachchan birthday was there, and Jaya Bachchan. So all over the media, Aishwarya Rai's photo dump began with pictures of her and her daughter, paying tribute to her father Krishna Raj Rai. And this was followed by a selfie of Aishwarya Rai and her daughter and her mother posing with a photograph of Krishna Raj. And nowhere was to be seen Abhishek Bachchan. And also, people wonder why Abhishek Bachchan did not wish her on social media, did not wish his daughter on social media. So we can understand that it is not quite visible as to why there seems to be something not proper in this particular relationship, and also the fact that in an earlier interview, a particular interview of Jaya Bachchan is going viral, and she said that Aishwarya Rai is her daughter-in-law and not daughter. There's a huge difference between a daughter and a daughter-in-law. I mean, I don't know why, but you don't feel you don't need to respect your parents as daughter. You take your parents for granted. With your in-laws, you can't do that. And later on, things change because today I feel more a Bachchan than a Baduri. This is her old interview, and you can clearly see that all these things are going very, very viral at this point of time, and it's quite clear that both Abhishek Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai, things are not going as well as what they appear. Otherwise, you would have them, taking selfies, going to vacation spots, just like how you have, for example, Virat Kohli and Anushka, or any other famous Bollywood couple.
So Ganesh says, will they ever declare divorce? No, they won't, Ganesh. They would be divorced for 10 years also. They'll still say, they are seeing each other. So it's just that, see, they're so worried about their youth going. They're worried about their looks fading. They're worried about, how many people will watch their movies. So, with so many complexes, these people will never speak the truth. That is guaranteed. These people live another life. They live in another world. And hypocrisy forms most of the what you call substance of their whatever they say. So, meanwhile, yesterday we had discussed about A.R. Rahman and the fact that he is getting divorced. Now, we seem to have found out one of the reasons why he would be divorcing, because there seems to be another third person in the relationship. They say that it is none other than Mohini, the renowned bassist from the music composers troupe. Now, this lady has also abruptly announced her split with her husband, Mark Hart. Such Mohini took to Instagram to reveal her decision. So this has been following one after the other, and she said that, "Dear families, family, friends, and fans and followers, with a heavy heart, Mark and I announce that we have separated. We both have decided that we want different things in life, and separation through mutual agreement was the best way to proceed." She wrote, she also added she'll continue to collaborate with Mark, a saxophonist and music director, on projects. We'll still be working on several projects together, including Mamogi and Mohini De groups she mentioned in her Instagram post. Now, you will know that she is a bassist from Calcutta and has performed with A.R. Rahman in more than 40 concerts. She is an integral member of the GAN Bangla's Wind of Change. In a conversation with Republic TV, Vandana Shah, who is Saira's lawyer, said that there is no correction at all. Saira and Rahman made this decision on their own. And this girl, Mohini, who's 29, she apparently has made the decision almost on this at the same point to give a divorce to her husband Mark. So what she said is that, please honor the decision we made by being positive towards us at this time and respecting our privacy. And this is the same standard stuff that they always say, because they need to be protected all the time. They do not want any sort of criticism. But when they are celebrities, people are obviously going to talk about them. And what is the reason why, after 29 years, Rahman, now who's become pretty old with big, adult children, would want to divorce his wife and run after someone who's much younger? And then, of course, you would also think of it in other ways, because see, the film, what do you call the scenario is a place where people run after younger people, and I'm not talking only about men. This is what I mentioned yesterday also. Once men have made or women have made enough money, they look for options when they realize that they're becoming old and their spouses are also becoming old. Then they look for greener pastures, and it's only very rarely that people with a lot of integrity live with their spouses for longer periods and stick to each other. So since the availability is so easy, people have decided that marriage is not so steadfast. It's more of a flimsy threshold, and this is what has been happening. And of course, people thought that Rahman was a man who had a stronger integrity. But of course, if this is true, then we are also wondering what happened to this man. Okay, back to you, Jaydev, and perhaps we can also take a few comments. Jagdish says, whether they divorce or marry another one, it's all part of this glamorous world. Very few, yes, absolutely, stick to one wife. And welcome, Harsha. And he says, I thought it will be a hit. So now he's talking about Kanguva, I'm sure. So yes, because see, somewhere I feel that Kanguva and all is a copy of Hollywood movies, and they're desperately trying to take old movies like Braveheart and all that, and they try to combine it and then bring their own script around it. So usually it doesn't work. So this is why I suppose this would have become a super flop. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Yeah, one thing is for certain that all these people have so much of money in Bollywood, whether it is an actor, whether it is a music director,
Absolutely.
that they have the power to make any decision, whether they want to marry or divorce or have a girlfriend. But there are some people who are very well known and they don't want to, show that they have weak morals. So they will be still, married to the person, in public at least. But in their hidden life, they'll be having a lot of boyfriends or girlfriends because they have that much of money power, right? So this is how the film world operates, and you can
In fact,
clearly see that.
Jaydev, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, when you talk about that, Jaydev, see, even if you look at Sabarmati Express or Sabarmati Report, who is the actress? Who is the main actress in the movie? She is Ekta Kapoor's best friend. Now, everybody's been suspecting things about Ekta Kapoor, just like in the case of Karan Johar. So when you say she is her best friend, you can only guess what they mean. Now, she has given her a very crucial role, which they say is, based around Barkadatt's role. Now, Barkadatta has got pretty angry. Now she's gone with the lawyer and she's checking every little clause to see, how she can now benefit out of, attacking Ekta Kapoor. So this is all happening, this is all masala is happening in between. Now, Ganesh says Amir Khan planning a sequel to Sarfarosh, Andaz Apna Apna, and a film with Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan. So, which again, Ganesh, which we come back to the same point that they are coming out with a rehash of the old movies because they don't have any content, and they don't want to put their brains into new content because they're scared of failing and they're scared of losing money. As it is, you see people like this what's her name, Jaideep? The choreographer who goes around cooking with everybody. Um,
Farah Khan.
yeah, Farah Khan. So as it is for Farah Khan and all the Shah Rukh Khan and all, they don't have anything to do. One is doing a cookery show, and Shah Rukh Khan is doing some stupid ads, with Mutut, and then you have him pushing Suhana, and even before we can actually believe it's Suhana, they remove her from the scene. So what are they trying to do? Because what last I heard is that she is an agriculturist, and they brought some agricultural land. And then you learn that Amitabh Bachchan has also bought some agricultural land. And then you learn that Amitabh Bachchan and his son have bought the whole of Juhu Beach. So now are they into real estate, selling? So we really don't know what Bollywood is up to because ever since Sushant Singh Rajput died, and you can call it his curse or whatever that's happening, his revelations, but not one movie has succeeded after Sushant Singh was killed. I wouldn't say died, was killed. And this curse is on all of them. Whatever they do, they will not succeed. You look at Riya Chakrabarti, you look at Suraj Pancholi, You look at anybody who is the same. Farhan Akhtar has even shaved his mustache and his beard, and now he looks like someone you can't recognize. So for this election also time, when they went for voting, all of them were clean shaven, right? From Akshay Kumar and Farhan Akhtar and all of them. I don't know now what's this clean shaven look. Are they trying to differentiate themselves from the southern artists? We really don't know. Anyway, they are in a new mode. And then, of course, Akshay Kumar, you'll notice that even in his interviews in these, seminars or whatever they have with these mainstream media arrange, for these chats, where, of course, let me tell you that also. In mainstream media, they try to say that they are having a, very frank chat with these actors, but you'll see that the interviewers are, polishing them left and right. You're so great, you're so nice, I love you, I love you. At least Hindustan Times, all old papers, you have a reputation. Tell your anchors to not, go all over the actors. They're not worth it. At least try to bring out the truth when you interview people on such a big platform, so then you have to listen to what Akshay Kumar says and what Ajay Devgan says, because they're so careful. They don't want to rub the public the wrong way. So they'll say, did you kiss, suppose for example, you ask them, did you kiss Kajol? No, I think, my face just brushed against her. So that's the kind of way they discuss things. So if you're not going to get the truth out of these actors, then why the hell do you call them, for chit chats? It's another question that I ask these mainstream media. So what are you trying to? How are you going to impress your viewers? They're paying money to come to your shows, isn't it? Yeah, Akshay Kumar has 7 to 8 films for 2025. Again, playing role of Lord Shiva in some God
Seven to
knows
eight
sense.
films for
This is so
2025.
exasperating. Yeah, and
My
coming as
God.
Lord Shiva, he doesn't look like Lord Shiva. He looks like some rag picker. Compared to him. That's how much I'm angry whenever he comes as Lord Shiva. So thank you, Ganesh, for educating us on what he has in store for us. And Kukri says, any idea about Godra film? Why they take movie on this? Just like emergency film is taken about Indira's governance. Public are not interested. Yes, absolutely. And this movie is a huge flop. The moment Ekta Kapoor realized that it is a huge flop, she caught the right sources and she reached up to the top for some endorsement. And even after the endorsement came, nothing happened. The movie was still a flop and remained where it is, because it doesn't talk anything about the Godra incident, the Sabarmati burning, but they talk about the hero who is more of a animal kind of character or a Kabir type of character. So maybe she wanted to give him more importance, and that's why she made the film. Welcome Shubha, and welcome Sukanya
Welcome
as well.
Sukanya, Pranay, Divya,
Always nice to see
Ramya.
you guys. And Divya, always our favorite. Thank you for joining us. And Shubha, she says people are not interested in Bollywood. Absolutely. And Sukanya says, welcome, Sukanya. And of course, Ganesh is coming out with some very, very intelligent comments. Ranbir is playing Lord Ram in Ramayana. So here, let me tell you something, Ganesh. A man who eats beef, a man who endorses beef, a man who's always spoken about in connection with alcohol, okay, plays Rama. Now people say that, see, why are you connecting actors and their lifestyles, personal lifestyles with their roles? Well, it's very important that when you play a role, you're supposed to have a character that you can imagine, is pure, is virtuous. Now we cannot connect this Ranbir Kapoor who has had 100 affairs, to come and play the role of Lord Rama. Lord Rama was a single, woman man. Okay, so we can't have him playing that. And similarly, you can't have Sita, looking like your, person who helps you in your house. You should have a more glamorous, regal-looking lady. So you can't have someone like the actress who's playing the role now. Shubha, she looks so weird. Yes, Pallavi, Sai Pallavi. She looks so weird. And, friends, you should see some shots of hers, is floating in Facebook where, they put some green gooey stuff on her face, And I thought she's going to come as a, alien, because that's why they were putting all this gooey green stuff on her face. And then what they do is they remove the gooey stuff, and suddenly she becomes more white, you know. And so that's how much makeup these people put, and the kind of pressure. You remember Sonam also said at one point, you guys think that I come out, within 5-10 minutes. No, it takes us 4 to 5 hours for a public appearance. So you can imagine when they're acting, how much longer it takes. So it's not the real piece that we are seeing. So in spite of all that makeup, Sai Pallavi looks, let's not even discuss it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Shubha. Yeah. So back to you, Ted.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, and it is Imtiaz Ali. And Imtiaz Ali's recent comment on casting couch in Bollywood, and it did not sit well with Vinta Nanda. She took to her Instagram account. She's a writer producer, and she took to her Instagram to school the director for making statements on issue with no experience. Imtiaz spoke on the casting couch issue, and Vinta, on the Instagram, she read, Imtiaz Ali should stop pontificating about what women face in the entertainment industry. Naturally, Kareena Kapoor is safe because she's privileged, and he surely must know that the casting couch exists. Why has the IFFI Goa selected him to speak on behalf of women? Is it to whitewash the truth? If men like him had the courtesy to abstain from speaking on a subject they have no experience about, one will believe that the change in taken place. And Imtiaz Ali wrote, "It is shocking to see reports of Imtiaz Ali official making all sorts of statements about women's issues on an important industry platform like IFFI Goa." So this is what this lady called Binta Nanda, she wrote about Imtiaz Ali speaking about the casting couch, and so
I also feel, Jaydev, that Imtiaz should also realize that, see, uh, what he says is that, see, people do not undergo all this, and if they had pride, they would not do it. So maybe
yes,
Imtiaz should realize that some of the people who do the casting couch are doing it for entertainment, not because they respect the artist. Okay, so please understand that it's been happening from way back in Bollywood, and it has been exposed brilliantly in Bollywood by the Hema report. Okay, which is, see, so many people have accused the producers and the directors and the actors, of forcing themselves on the women who act or giving them roles because of that. So that is my next topic. In fact, the Kerala government did not support this actress, is what a Kerala actress says, and she complained about the Hema report not having any effect. So she is dropping her cases against actors like Mukesh. Now the actor, had said that she was sexually harassed, and she spoke against the actor Mukesh in a complaint. And this is the actor. He is one of the top actors in Kerala. Now, he's a Malayalam actor who has raised allegations of rape against prominent actors, including CPIM legislator M. Mukesh. Said she will no longer pursue her legal battle since the Kerala government did not support her, which had mentally shattered her. So you can see that Pinarayi government, in which he is a part of it, Mukesh, the actor, is a part of it, has not done anything to protect this woman. You can see how helpless this actress is. So a female actor who has leveled this, sexual abuse allegations against several male actors, including Mukesh and Surya, on Friday, said she was not keen on pursuing her complaints due to lack of support and protection from the Kerala government. The complainant also alleged carelessness on the part of the state government and said she was mentally exhausted and therefore not keen on taking the complaints forward. I'd like to tell everyone that due to the government's carelessness and lack of protection for a woman who has come forward like this, I've suffered more than I can handle. I'm mentally exhausted. They are not helping protect a woman. Therefore, I do not want to pursue the cases. It is not because I have compromised with anyone, she claimed, that she was made and accused in the POXO case following her complaints against the actors, also including Maniyampilla Raju and Idavelu Babu, all prominent people in the Malayalam industry, and the government did nothing to protect her. I'm innocent. I want justice. I want the POXO case against me to be probed thoroughly and quickly. If I commit suicide, the government will be responsible for it, she said. Her allegations against the actors came in the wake of the disclosure of the Justice Hema Committee report, which revealed instances of harassment and exploitation of women in the Malayalam cinema industry, prompting calls for action against the guilty. Now, the Hema report was constituted by the Kerala government after the 2017 actress assault case. The complete report was placed before the Kerala High Court, which directed that it should be handed over to the special investigation team that was constituted to probe complaints of sexual abuse in the film industry. Subsequently, 26 FIRs were registered by the SIT in connection with the revelations in the report. So now, if the director Imtiaz is saying that it's all up to the girl's character and that she should know how to protect herself and she should have some self-respect, which is what the directors and producers want in actresses, then it is all crap coming from this producer who thinks he knows women better than he does. So this is something that women should not take. So let's take a few comments. Jagdish says Junior Bachchan too expecting few releases in the coming months. So Jagdish says in an interview before marriage, Deepika said she had an infatuation for Imtiaz. It's on record. And so Kukri says actually Rajnikant movie should have been a blockbuster because it revealed truth about NEET and exposed the skin of the TN government in all education frauds and shared truth on online education. Yes, it was more about, I think it was connected with the other thing, isn't it? Baiju, kind of
Yeah, yeah,
education. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
It was a
very
good
well
film.
said.
I liked
Yeah,
it.
very well said.
Yeah.
Imtiaz Ali said even Alia Bhatt had changed behind tree or rock for a movie shooting highway in remote areas, and one crew member was following her always, and we had to fire him. Now, it's a huge joke. Yes, absolutely. Kukuri also says looks like serial exposing the mainstream media, movies, and actors can be made a serial for educating and employing greater people in the country rather than regular TV soap serials. Well said. Very beautiful comments coming from all of you. As usual, we really respect the kind of interaction that we have with you because we are a channel that promotes honesty and news that is truth. We do not want to take cover under certain people like mainstream media usually do. And if YouTube, the good YouTube channels are being criticized for exposing things, then we know that we are on the right track. So let's just take a few more comments. Uh, can you please name the movie of Rajnikant? Jaideep?
Waiting.
Yeah, waiting.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
waiting.
Yeah. So now moving on to Sanjay Dutt. Now, a man who has time and again been in rehab, for drug abuse and for also for alcoholism, is now proudly selling a brand which is alcohol and making profit out of it. Now, if you look at it, I don't understand how he can make other youngsters suffer from the same kind of ailments that he had. And let me tell you one thing very clearly, friends, that alcohol and the connection with cancer has been established. And there are some countries who have, just like a disclaimer for cigarettes, they say that alcohol leads to cancer. I don't know why in India we are not putting this disclaimer. Our doctors very well know that alcohol leads to cancer. And why do we let our youngsters or any person who's taking alcohol suffer? Now, Bollywood actor Sanjay Dutt's premium Scotch whiskey brand, the Glenwalk. Can you show the image, Jerry? Glenwalk has achieved a significant milestone by selling over 50,000 cases, which means 600,000 bottles in the first 7 months of the current financial year. The brand has established a strong presence in India's spirit markets, operating across 10 states. Maharashtra leads the Glenwalk sale, contributing over 45%, followed by Haryana and Uttar Pradesh at 20%. Currently available in Maharashtra, Haryana, Goa, Daman and Diu, Delhi, Punjab, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Madhya Pradesh. The brand plans to expand to 5 additional states by next month. So look at the way these people, they are promoting rummy, Online, they're promoting all these apps, which are all these gambling apps, promoting gutka, they're promoting alcohol. I mean, I don't know what they want. You have suffered. Do you want other people to also suffer? Instead of making, the next generation better, this is the kind of advice that they give people. Please drink alcohol. And my brand is the best. So let me just take a comment from Harsha. No domestic violence, no sexual abuse, no extramarital affair, still divorce. I'm shocked. Yes, absolutely. Ganesh says most of these so-called celebrities have Dubai gold visa for obvious reasons. Main aim of these people is to, yes. And if you look at again coming back to Shilpa Shetty's husband, and also uh, Ekta Kapoor, they make soft porn movies to pollute the youngsters as well, only targeting Bharat youth. Yes. So in fact, I was, looking at a video where a mother, a Muslim mother, she's saying that, see, I'm so fed up. Our youngsters are all taking to drugs and, other sorts of alcoholic things. What can we do? We are losing our children. And what happens in the process? The children from any community, once they start taking all this, they will make other people's lives hell, which is what happened to Chanvi Kukreja, right? We've been taking up that case again and again. She became a victim of the drug frenzy at a party. She was stabbed around 50 to 60 times. So let us not go this way, is my request to all these film actors. We know you're not doing anything, of use to public. At least please do not harm the public, is my request to all of you.
Yeah, so friends,
Thank you.
tomorrow is a very interesting day because it's a very important day because Maharashtra election results will be out as well as Jharkhand, and we'll have to wait and see how if Mahayuti will win the election tomorrow or if the MVA manages to bring a surprise tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we will have to wait
And
and
Ganesh
see
says,
regarding that.
yeah. Yeah. Ganesh says Shilpa Shetty has got a clean chit. Ganesh, the kind of judgments that are being passed around. So every time they are in a scam, or every time all these people are FIRs are given, political power will protect them. So we have no choice in this. And Harsha says, I saw recently Shah Rukh's movie are really bad. Yes, Jawan, you cannot see after 5 minutes, you will close the movie, or even Pathan. So that's how it is. Kukri says, Madam, in TN, actress Kasturi was pulled up in the court and sent to jail for 2 days for some remarks like BJP, Mr. Sharma. We condemn the legal. Okay, fine. I'm not too, well versed on this, so I can't comment on this. So, with this, we say good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.